Yo, this is it. The ramp is finished. My custom made mini ramp to fit this exact size is finished. Let's go back to the start and see how we did it. Sunday the 3rd of April afternoon. Now that I've finally finished the landscaping, well, enough of it to take a break from it, I can tackle a job I've wanted to do for so long. Over here, I'm going to build my very own mini ramp. Only 20 years overdue from when I wish I could build one.
Which is nice. It's just making that more enjoyable.
First thing I'm going to do is measure up the space. I've looked at a number of plans online. They seem to be about 5.2 wide, 8 to 900 high. Got a wall over there that's 850 high. Ideally, I'm going to make the top of the ramp in line with the top of that. There was a place down south that can build it and send it up all in one piece, but it's going to be about 3.5 grand by the time you include transport. Added it up, I reckon I can do it for way less than that with materials and make it a fun family project. Let's rip into it. So I've got one plywood for each end and I'm going to get 2 cuts out of each board to form the sides. Over here I've worked out that I want a 600mm or 2-foot pad, and then we're going to transition down. This is going to be 4 inches off the ground, or a 90mm, just a 4x2, traditional 4x2. I've got some fixed points. I'm just going to play around with the string line, see if I can get it to work. I've marked an ideal total height, I've marked an ideal curve, and so that was all using this, run it at a right angle to your sheet, measuring up from the base of the ramp. I've put in a 6'10" transition and a 6' transition, put that up there, draw the line. I'm going to use the 6'10" transition.
Nickname was Jimbo because he had no sales. Porsche said across the...
So we like that marker. Yo, it's day 2 of the skate ramp build. I've got the pieces there, but we've also cut a bunch of supports here. So we've got 28, something like that. I'm just going to tidy up the curve because jigsawing was a little bit rough, maybe rushed. So I'm going to just tidy it up with a belt sander and then I'll mark them. A trick that I learned when you're setting out studs and framing and stuff is to mark them while they're together. Then when you pull them apart, you've got a mark on either side. So I'm going to do that. That's pretty much tonight's goal. Got an hour of sunlight before dinner. Let's get into it.
Those aren't the same length, Dad.
Yeah. See, even my 6-year-old's telling me they're not quite the same. So what I've done just here is work out the notch out for the coping. Just did a quick search online and I want it to be flush with the 2 layers of ply. I'm going to do 2 7mm layers of ply on here. So I want to do flush with that. So that's how I've got this offset here. On the top I'm going to put a 20mm layer and it wants to be a 1/2 inch, or I'm going to go for 12 mils. So while I got the 2 sides together, I'm going to cut the notch out. I'm going to mark out the layout of all of the cross members, I suppose is what you'd call them, or I don't know, what would you call them? The 4x2s that are going to go across, I'm going to mark all those out, and then I'll pull them apart, start screwing them together. I'll see if I get that done before dinner tonight. I'm going to put my 4x2 every 200 mils, but I've marked them while the sheets are together, so now when I pull them apart the marks are the same. I'll probably go and put a line where I want my screws to go so that everything's nice and straight. You know, it's real tempting to rush and screw all those in, but I kind of want to make sure that everything that I've thought about, all the little details, so that when I put it together it's working the way I want it. So this wall here is on a slight angle because it's a retaining wall, and what I want to do is I want to push the mini ramp hard back to that. So I've scribed that to the wall. I'm going to trim that up, I'm going to pull them apart, I'm going to get the skeleton going. I'll do some more work tomorrow. The goal by the end of the weekend is to have the entire skeleton in ready for ply. Right, that's it for tonight. I've got the guts of the transition sorted. I'm going to have to lay them out and going to have to rope in one of the kids to help me hold the ends, make it way quicker. I'm going to hit it again tomorrow. See you then. Yo, it's Sunday morning. I've got a couple of hours before we need to head out. I'm going to attack the ramp. Let's get the camera set up, get the tools out. Let's go. Got the two ends sorted and got a few things I'm going to muck around with, build the tops, go and pick up the coping tomorrow, build a platform in between. I'll push it hard to the fence there, push it hard to the wall there. I'm going to try and tidy up that step area so the step meets flush with the edge of the ramp. Looks like I always was supposed to do it like that. Oh yeah, progress. Yo, it's Easter Friday, spent the morning at home with the kids and we've been working on the ramp. Got the middle part done, got all of the ramps done. Got to do this last little bit here. So if I put a block out here, that's where it wants to sit, but see this bit here needs to be cut. Here's one I marked earlier. What we're going to do is get the table saw out and we are going to rip that down, screw that in, and then we are ready for coping. Let's get ripping. Oh, perfect, Jake. We should be ramp builders. Yeah, I've got a job for you. We have a frame and we have coping either end, and we have a stack of plywood ready to go on tomorrow. Yo, it's Saturday afternoon, on to the plywood. First thing I've done is I've got it all square, and now we are going to cut the first sheet. Gonna be a mish because I'm here by myself, but let's see if we can get it done. First layer is down. It was a mish. I've learned a few things. Got the ramp square, but then somehow my first layer went a bit skew with. It is definitely a two-man job or two-person job because Kate helped me out. Good that I've done my learnings on the first layer. Gonna get the second layer down tomorrow, get the tops on, and then we can drop in. Keep watching. Yo, good morning. It's Easter Monday, 8:19 a.m. Let's finish a ramp today. Final layer going on. Got last 5 sheets. Let's get it on.
Oh, look. Do it be the dad's crappy one.
And that's the extent of my skills. I'm a professional builder, but I'm not a pro skateboarder. And that's part of why I built it. That, and also to just muck around with the kids. I can skate, I can ollie, I can drop in. That's about it. And that's something I'd like to get better at. And so, yeah, I've already been spending afternoons out here jamming on it, and it's fun.